tonight.
Ben Affleck out for dinner with a billionaire?
The identity of his mystery companion revealed.
E-Talk begins right now. Coming up, Kylie clears the air. Following her split from Travis, how Jenner's already addressing rumors of a reunion with her other ex. Then, Justin and Haley hounded by paparazzi.
Justin, how's the married life, brother?
Just days after their I do's, how Jaylee's date night goes from amazing to angry.
Get the out of the front of my car.
Plus, Havaya makes history.
It feels like, you know, I'm a part of Canadian Black history.
How the Polaris Prize winner is making waves in Canada and beyond.
I think she's dope.
Is Kylie Jenner moving on by moving back to her ex Tyga? Welcome to E-Talk. I'm Ben Mulrooney.
I'm Danielle Graham. Just a day after her breakup news, rumors are coming in hot. But Kylie is wasting no time shutting them down.
Quote, there was no 2 a.m. date with Tyga. Taking to Twitter, the makeup mogul slams new reports she and her ex had a secret meeting last night. Here's what we know. The evening begins with Kylie proving to fans she's feeling fine and festive, posing in an orange jumpsuit. With the caption, Hi October, she welcomes fall and hits the town with her girlfriends. Sources claim this is Kylie and her squad sneaking out of an LA nightclub. As the story goes, they apparently head to Sunset Marquis Hotel, where Tyga is working in a recording studio, setting off an internet conspiracy theory that the former Flames are reuniting. But not so fast. Earlier today, Kylie responds to the headlines, tweeting, "You see me drop 2 of my friends off at a studio that he happened to be at." Adding, "Travis and I are on great terms, and our main focus right now is Stormy. Our friendship and our daughter is priority."
While Kylie and Travis navigate their latest conscious uncoupling, we've got news on some very happy lovebirds.
Yes, Mr. and Mrs. Bieber are leaning into newlywed life once again, and they're loving every second of it, sort of.
Congratulations!
It's movie night for the Biebers. The honeymoon continues as the pair are spotted leaving through a side door after a low-key movie date in LA. Hailey's still sporting her wife custom Celine jacket, while the Biebs rock Crocs and a bucket hat. But their post-wedding bliss hits the brakes when they stop for burgers and shakes in West Hollywood.
Justin, how's the married life, brother?
The Paps swarm Justin as he tries to get back in his car and pile on the personal questions.
Any baby Justins on the way?
No, get out of my face. Mosquitoes.
Visibly fired up, Justin loses his cool when the photogs keep him from getting on his way.
Get the out of the front of my car. What's your problem? Seriously.
But things aren't quite so dramatic for another Canadian pop star in love, Shawn Mendes. Camila Cabello can't help gushing about her love for the singer when she stops by London's Capitol Breakfast.
You guys just look so happy at the moment. Is that the case?
Yeah, we're pretty happy. I really love him a lot.
Since going public a few months ago, the couple makes no secret of their steamy romance. And Camila even gives Shawn a shout out at last night's iHeartRadio Festival.
Now, Shawn isn't here tonight, so I'm gonna need you to help me sing this chorus, all right?
And she's still talking about him in her interview after the performance.
Are you happy?
That's what I'm so happy.
Are you in love?
Yeah.
Good for you.
Next, fire up the bat signal because Joker has been spotted out in Gotham and all eyes are on Joaquin Phoenix and his A-list fiancée. Dressed more like the Dark Knight than the clown prince of crime, Joaquin hits up the premiere of Joker at the 57th New York Film Festival last night. Also there showing support, Joaquin's fiancée, Rooney Mara. Apparently, it's good to be bad as Joaquin is a cover boy for the November issue of Vanity Fair. Inside, the actor gives a rare glimpse into his romance with Rooney, revealing he thought she hated him while they filmed their 2012 movie, Her. Turns out she was just shy, but he sure wasn't, telling the mag, quote, "She's the only girl I ever looked up on the internet. I'd never done that. Never looked up a girl online." And 6 years later, he tells Vanity Fair that life is great with her, saying, quote, "I have meaning in other parts of my life, and that's really what sustains me. I enjoy it. I love my life." And it looks like he's going to have even more to celebrate. Joker, which is an R-rated origin story about how failed comedian Arthur Fleck becomes Batman's main nemesis, is expected to be #1 at the box office when it opens this weekend. But precautions are being taken by law enforcement across North America, following the 2012 shooting in Aurora, Colorado, where 12 people were killed at a screening for The Dark Knight Rises. Extra security will be in place at numerous theaters all weekend. And at some U.S. cinemas, fans will not be allowed to wear costumes or masks, while in Canada, fans will be allowed to don costumes but not masks. Danielle, I cannot wait to see this movie, and let me tell you, giving a fresh take on that iconic character is no easy task.
Speaking of keeping it fresh, we turn now to Havaya Mighty.
She made history 2 weeks ago when she won the prestigious Polaris Music Prize, and today we catch up with the rising hip-hop star who's still trying to wrap her head around this major milestone.
Like 2 days after this Polaris, I was in Europe and we had 4 shows. I just got back 2 days ago, so I'm kind of starting that process now of just like, wow, like that actually happened.
The first black woman to win the Polaris Prize, the first hip-hop artist to win the Polaris Prize. Havaya Mighty is making history.
Thank you so much. It feels like it's time. It feels like, you know, I'm a part of Canadian Black history. So it's a good thing to be able to say so early in my career. And it's definitely a good foundation for what I want to do next.
Among this year's 10 shortlisted projects are records by Juno Award winners like Jessie Reyez. But it's Havaya selected as the best for her debut album, 13th Floor, which covers a range of topics, including an honest look at her personal experiences as a black woman.
It's incredible to suddenly and finally feel like there is a space in Canada that is willing to recognize this album that is me speaking so much about narratives that have been dismissed.
But this isn't her first big moment. 2018 sees her music featured on HBO's Insecure.
Hey, that playlist is fire. Yeah, turn it up, sis.
Earlier this year, she gets a co-sign from Lizzo.
She rapping, bro. I think she's dope.
And now Havaya plans on putting her $50,000 Polaris Prize to good use.
Playing more shows is a definite. And yeah, figuring out how to reinvest back into the brand and how to continue to push what it is that we intend to do.
All right, next up, Ben Affleck spotted on a date with a billionaire. Believe it. We are digging in on this story and more. This is The Feed.
Okay, so let me set this up for you. The other night, Ben was out for dinner in LA with reports saying that his dinner companion was a woman who was a mystery blonde.
Ooh.
But the biggest LOL ever is that it turns out the mystery blonde is actually one of the biggest ballers in the biz.
Okay, yeah, it's actually Lorene Powell Jobs. If you're still like, who's that? The last name Jobs should really be ringing a bell. Ding, ding, ding. Ding, 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 ding. She is the widow of Apple founder Steve Jobs. The two went to a celeb hotspot in Santa Monica, where just a few weeks back, Ben's ex, Jen Garner, was there with her new boyfriend.
Okay, moving on to one of the most uncomfortable yet hilarious interviews I've seen in a long time. So Shamar Moore is a guest on The Talk. Also guest hosting that day, Brigitte Nielsen. At one point, Shamar turns to Brigitte and tells her that he has a big crush on her, and then this happens.
I don't think she tasted that. She needs another one. No!
She's married.
Yeah.
And she didn't look like she especially hated it when it was happening. But then maybe there was some worry across her face when Sherry says what we're all thinking.
You gonna get your ass whooped later.
Just so much discomfort. And finally, I never thought I'd say this, but thank goodness for Nickelback. So Trump posted this Nickelback photograph meme attempting to expose Joe Biden and his son's ties to the Ukraine.
This is blowing up online. It went so viral. It was trending for hours. I was looking at my phone saying, why is Nickelback trending? But then the band shuts it down and makes Trump take it down from Twitter due to copyright infringement. Nickelback has the power to silence Trump. Maybe there's hope.
What a time to be alive. All right, let's head from Washington to Hollywood, where the stars get a very early start to